Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another Creator Breakfast here, as we are every week on a Saturday. I hope everyone had a great week. For all those who joined me yesterday for the impromptu vertical Black Friday shenanigans, thank you for sticking around for that. It was interesting. I learned some things afterwards just from the live stats. So that's awesome. But first of all, I'd like to let you know that you are on Creator Breakfast Live, and it's a place where we talk about YouTube news for the past week, or generally do a YouTube creator Q&A. So if anytime you have a question for me, you can put it in the chat with a Q in front, which means that it's a question for me to address, and it's all good because that helps me pick them out in between the conversation, which is always welcome and encouraged. So let's jump in and see who is here with us today. Now, before I could fire up the old social stream ninja, we had Monique in here, so I don't have that chat to highlight. But then we had pre-stream, had iPhone Chris. I'm on the wrong screen for this. I'm on the wrong screen. I know. Why do I have? Okay, so I don't really use that because it doesn't line up anyway. Okay, cool. I don't know what's going on. I just saw that before the stream, and I thought, do I always use that? I think I used it I use that one for the eCam comments. If I do eCam comments, okay, I'm back on track. Let me not get distracted today. Let's see if we can hit this. We also have before the stream, Kevin Hawthorne is here from Lakeland, Florida. Welcome to the stream. iPhone Chris says he's coming in from I don't even know how to pronounce that, but I'm going to say it's Temecula, California. It's a place in California. It's probably got a very Californian pronunciation. That's always good. Chantel Hills is here as well. Welcome. Dropping the BMAC. Jerry's here as always. Welcome. Seeing we're dropping the BMAC, we'll just drop that in the corner for now until we get to the other slides. How to buy for a coffee on this live. Yeah, there's a link in the description. Chantel also dropped the link in. Well, she dropped the link and then my chatbot posted it under my name, and there's also the QR code. So there's like multiple options that I'm looking at it. Frankie over 50 is here as well. Yes, Q helps me see the question, especially when we get going. I've got the little eCam window floating over, so I'm gonna move that. I actually don't need that because I've got a teleprompter. iCast Enterprises is here. Jason, how are you? There's Monique, of course. Welcome in the live chat. Not the pre-live chat. Yes. Chantel's saying hi from a wet and rainy Bris Vegas. Now I can vouch for that. I've had the house locked up all day. I've been. It's been one of those days where you just like want to rug up with a book or a movie or something and just chill because it's just constant rain outside. It was. I don't know how windy it is now, but it was windy earlier today. So just general miserable weather. Get more of the same tomorrow, apparently, with the added bonus of some storms, possibly. So we'll see how that goes. It's a wet weekend. It's a wet weekend. At least it's summer. It is now summer. Well, here in Australia, it's summer for the next hour and a half. I think I'm hearing thunder right now. I think there's actually already like rain and thunder. I thought I saw a flash of lightning before the stream, but I wasn't sure. So yeah, that's what I've been dealing with today. Oh, guess what I forgot to do? Well, they got the laid back music today in the random shuffle mix on Creator Mix there. That we'll just pop that in the background, nice and faint. All right. Oh, Chantel's just realised she's got books in the boot. So yeah, some reading if you have some free time in this wet weather. Always good, always good. All right, I'm sure people are gonna be rolling in as we're talking about it because this is like, what's the word I'm looking for? My train of thought. I'm losing my train of thought today. I had quite a late one last night because after I streamed, Nick did his one, and that went for over 2 hours. I think the first primarily hour was all his Black Friday deals, but then he was just like doing demos and helping. I gave somebody a really in-depth for a live stream, at least, channel review. He was doing all sorts of weird things. They're not weird, but atypical, non-typical. I don't know. I'm confused. Okay. Let's carry on. Let's carry on. Yeah, Chantel says not enough sleep. Indeed. I think that's probably what the problem is. So for today, if you've got a question for me, pop it in the chat. We're going to hit some YouTube news. There's some YouTube news and announcements this week. Creator Insider put their video out, and you can see the title of the stream says Creator Insider's News Flash too dry. So there's a bit of a conversation. Maybe if people want to have that, I know I mentioned it on Twitter X a few days ago, or at some point after that video came out, and talked about how maybe there was, it was a bit, I couldn't really follow. It was hard to follow, and I didn't know whether it was the way it was presented or scripted, or there was something sort of. Or maybe it was just my brain. Maybe my brain was just not firing that particular time. So I've obviously gone back to watch it and take notes and do the things I do. So we're going to actually hit on some of those announcements and launches. There's some launches. There's an experiment. There's an updates. And there was also another video that they put out a few days later, which was probably only 2 days ago or a day ago, which was one of their sneak peeks at some future features that they're going to be rolling out in the next few months. In this one is all to do with the inspiration tab, and so we're going to look at what they're doing with the inspiration tab. And we know the inspiration tab is part of the whole made on YouTube announcements as well, but they gave us a little bit of a sneak preview on that on the video. So if you want to see the visuals, you're gonna have to go and watch that video. And the guy presented it. He must be originally British. I looked at when I was looking at it, preparing for this yesterday. I'm like, I swear this guy looks like a really young Brian G. Johnson. Like he has similar facial features. So I don't know. If you watch that, let me know in the future. Message me and say, yeah, he does remind me of Brian G. Johnson a little bit, like a really young Brian G. Johnson with a British accent. So there you go. Let's jump back into the chat, see who's jumping in as well. SMA Sky's here. Welcome. Lee's here. Anfield Road, out in the loft. That's not the one I want to highlight. The chat jumped as I went to click. Jerry says, the Creator Insider channel strategy is interesting. I don't know why they stopped posting shorts. Yeah, I think most of the shorts were getting done by Renee, so he may have gotten busy with some of his other tasks. Don't know. He does some of the content over there on Insider, particularly the shorts, some of the longer podcast interviews, different things like that. So I think most of the shorts that were coming out on there were from him. So if he's busy, they probably tend not to go out. But yeah, I don't know if they have a general strategy except for using that as a contact point for creators, and just have that weekly or mostly weekly newsflash show that is currently being hosted by Lauren. Who misses Connor? Connor was good. So Connor's still. Renee did update us. We're reminiscing about Connor on Twitter as well. I think Eileen was there, who I think is in the chat right now. We mentioned how we missed Connor, and Renee responded and said, yeah, he's still around. He's just off doing his thing in his department, and that he's one of the volunteers that helps with Creator Insider from time to time. So hopefully one day we'll see Connor again. Let's see. Let's keep going. Leanne's Craft Room is here as well. Good evening, which is appropriate because it is evening where we are. Chris, live stream consultants is here. Welcome. And the one and only Ollie Smith is here. Howdy, howdy, as Nate would say. you got to credit if you say howdy, howdy. Now you got to sort of credit Nate for that. Hey, we've got. I haven't done one of these for a while, but let's That's loud. It's loud in my ears at least.
Thank you for gifting the memberships.
I find Chris has gifted one channel membership. I've got to jump over, and that went to Sparky 107. So congrats, Sparky, on receiving that, and thank you, iPhone Chris, for dropping a gifted membership. Always appreciated. Oh, and Connor's spelled with one N. That's always good to know because you can spell it with an E, Connor, which is more, I think, more common with last names rather than first names. There's so many different ways to spell. Oh yeah. The news flash as in the short form, yeah, a bit like they do with when they do the monthly updates over on the YouTube creators channel. They do like a horizontal one, and then they do it like a vertical shorts one as well. And now they've got more time to play. They can fit more stuff in the short one because they used to have to get everything in the 1 minute, but now they can, they've got 3 minutes to play with. But I did notice the most recent one from a week or two back, it was still a minute. Working with the old requirements. Hey, here's Neil coming to us from Portugal. Welcome, Neil. Good to see you. Let's see. We also got Michael Sahosky is here as well. Was also on the stream yesterday as well. Good to see you. And I think, let me know if I have missed anybody who's come in and I haven't acknowledged. Let me know. I just saw a question. Can we talk about changing the thumbnail on long short? So glad you showed me the steps. Oh, good point. Yes. We should do a demo. That's what we should do. Which I don't have. My phone. I will just have to do one or two maneuvers on my phone to get that happening. I'll have to fire up the NDI screen capture business. Just because I don't have a handy cable to plug in. I could just plug in the handy cable. Yeah. I had this running on the vertical stream yesterday when I was testing out vertical. We can allow. I think we're in there. Okay, I need to. Okay, that's broadcasting. So if I go to, let me see if this is all hooked up. Where's my iPhone? iPad. Where's my iPhone? Hello. Overview. iPad. Why's iPhone way down there? Let's move it up here. I'm just going to go to that screen. All right. Right now, that is not set up with that particular format, so I just have to go in here to that one. Just have to add a new source. That's what I got to do. Tell it where I want that one. There it is there. And we just got to move it in place. And then we're good to go. Oh, not sure why it's chopping off the bottom there. Oh, it's the settings in Ecamm. Can I just put it as widescreen? But oh, that's way too big. We're doing this live here. No. Okay. Let's go back to tall. There it is. because it's not the normal way that I usually share this. I usually, you know what? Yeah, I'm not going to play with that. I'm going to get rid of it. Let's stop that screen share. Let's go. With cable. Do you have a cable? I just don't have any. Oh, I don't have a USB-C to plug it in. Okay, no, that doesn't help. Oh well. Let's do instead. Let's do it this way. And I'm gonna put it right there. I just need to reintroduce it. There we go. Just have to use it the way that I had it set up. Okay, let's get rid of the barcode at the top there. Okay. So we're talking about, let's just so we can go back. Let's click on that again. Change your thumbnail long shorts. So really it's changing the thumbnail on any short. So the first thing we need to do, I got to do this on screen. First thing we need to do is go to no, that's when I swipe. Thank you. And go into YouTube. Once we're in YouTube, okay, we need to go to any of my shorts. So we're just going to go to your videos, and then we click on shorts because we want to change the thumbnail on a short. For a second, it was showing me everything. So let's talk about this first one here. So I want to click on those three dots. I'm just going to go, this is a test one that's unlisted, but the same principle applies. So we want to click on the three dots and we're going to want to go to edit. And then what's going to happen, it's going to open up like the edit window, and because it's a short, you're going to find that you've got all the usual stuff for any video, like add a description, visibility and stuff down here. But at the top, you can see where the title goes and where the image is. There's a pencil icon. So right now I have selected, that one's already set up where I've selected the first stage is to let it load. It's a little slow on the network, I think. Yeah, it's taken a really long time. Okay, while that's happening, I'm going to jump on and answer some more questions, and we'll come back. The fact that it's up on the screen, I'll be able to see when it's actually loaded, or else I might have to jump out and try one of the other shorts. Long shorts still being rolled out. Not everyone has them. Most people should see any shorts that they upload appearing in that shorts tab in their studio in the back end. They should also see them now appear in the shorts tray in subscription feeds. So somebody that you follow posts a 3-minute short, it should be in that shorts thing instead of appearing just with all the other videos with pillar boxes on the side like they have been the last most of the last month. And then on the homepage of YouTube, you'll get like the shelves where the shorts show up. They should be in there now rather than just be a loose recommendation long form video. Okay, so this is opened up now. And then so we can scroll along and find a frame. Like this particular video, it's just me talking to the camera for the whole thing because it was just a test. So it really doesn't matter. We'll stop with this one so I can pick the frame that I want. So that's the first part of the thumbnail. Then I can add a title by clicking the, come on, I'm clicking it. The new iPhone sharing in Sequoia on Mac OS, because that's my phone that's being shared. Like it's not on. I'm not manipulating the phone. I'm doing it on the Mac. It just doesn't perform perfectly. It's got some rough edges. Okay, the bottom one you can add filters. So if I want to like give it like a bit of a bit of a filter. I can scroll through. Not sure how the scroll works. I'm trying to drop and drag it. Maybe I can just pick that one. Let's go pop. We'll just pick pop, and then we can click the yes. Now that that's color there, it means that you've got a filter applied. Let's see if we can actually get the text isn't coming up, and I think it's like it works for me normally. So I think it's just because I'm using the iPhone screen sharing feature in Sequoia. It's just not wanting to. But basically, I can click on that and do text like I could do a text, any sort of text like within the shorts when you can add text overlays in the short. It works pretty much the same way. So I can add text, change the color, use a handful of pre-selected fonts, and and maybe put a box behind it and so forth. So it won't let me change that right now. So I don't know. But then I can apply that by hitting that. And so that's the new one. The old one actually had text in it. So this one's been replaced. And then to finish it off, we just want to hit save. I might try another one from a different video just to see if the text part works. But this is very slow and laggy. And that could be partly because I'm streaming. I've got multiple things open. And this is coming over. This is happening wirelessly as well. I'm going to keep hitting. Questions. Because I see questions. I see queues, so I'm going to jump to the queues. So since the US time zone Saturday mornings are taken between Doug, Nick, and Roger, what is a good time to stream that would be convenient for an Australian audience? Probably like US evening, depending on, like, if you're in East Coast, you're probably looking at, if you want to catch us like mornings, like in the mornings, like you probably want to your overnights is our daytime or our afternoons and so forth. So you want to do like your evening, from early evening to late evening. That would be like through our morning period from like 9 through to lunchtime. So for US East Coast time, you'd probably be looking at like from 6-7 p.m. onwards would reach the Australia market in their morning. So yeah, time zones always fun. There we go. Jerry's bringing the information. Jerry's very hands-on with shorts. Does a lot of shorts himself. Part of the YouTube Shorts community and so forth. So Jerry's very knowledgeable about shorts and vertical lives. It turns out as well. A girl on a passport. Tiffany's here. Welcome to the stream. Okay. I think a few other things there. All right. I'm going to try one more. I'm going to try the next one down. So I just have to make sure my cursor and click on that. Edit. And to see how quickly this loads. Okay, that loaded not too badly. Let's go in, see how quickly the thumbnail picker loads up, because it was a bit slow on the first one. Your thumbnail could not be edited. Please save and try again later. Okay. I don't know if that's a connectivity issue or if that's an issue with the YouTube app itself, because it should allow me at this point. See, that one's a minute 37. I'm doing this purposely on a slightly longer short. Let's try again. Let's just see if it loads. Last time it loaded, it put an initial image up and then spun for a bit. This one's just black, so it's not working. Okay, it's not working. All right. I'm just going to X out of that. I'm going to totally X out of that, and then I'm going to change scenes. So let's go back to this one here. And then I'm going to close that. I'm going to close that completely so that it's not hooked up to my phone. So you can do that. I believe you can do the same thing. Doesn't matter if it's an iPhone or Android, you can do that. Thank you for the... I saw it pop up on my prompter here. Always got to keep hydrated when you're streaming, I tell you. All right, we're gonna jump on over to the actual YouTube news and announcements for this week, so we can jump on in. What else is going on here? Well, Jerry says, I asked the community partner manager if she could share YouTube stats on when viewers watch live streams, most just high level pure volume. Waiting to hear if she'll give that to me. Yes, interesting. I know a lot of gamers tend to do like wherever they are, but in the evenings. Particularly, I see a lot of like gamer streamers will be streaming like very late night, East Coast US time, and then into that. And so you can see them as very late where they are, but it's sort of hitting different parts of the world at different times. But then sometimes they'll be streaming for like many hours. A lot of gamers stream for like at least 2 hours, if not more. Yeah, streaming is interesting, particularly when we come to the vertical live streams is different beast again. There's going to be all sorts of random stuff happening in vertical lives. Like I could probably jump on there right now and see some things. Actually, that's not what I wanted to bring up. All right, we're going to jump on over. Let's change scenes. Oh, now we've got the heavy rock going on the background. It's like the nice sort of mood music. Now it's, rock and roll. So it's definitely not the background. Okay, this is a summary of what was on Creator Insider on the Newsflash video this week. They started off with longer shorts rollout update, and they basically reiterated what we were talking about last week and what I've done in my previous videos a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. The rollout, having done what I was just mentioning in regards to Neil's question. So they went through that. There was an interesting thing shared, and I haven't had the ability to check this out yet. And we'll talk about it a little bit more in a minute. Third-party creation apps, some update to their share sheet. So say if you're on, say, an iPhone and you wanted to upload a video and you would share it to the YouTube app. So you make sure the YouTube app's in your share sheet, and then you send it. And then when you send it to YouTube, it will actually open up some sort of actual upload flow now, where you can like fill in like your title and description and edit if it's a short, edit the thumbnail and do all that sort of stuff. Apparently, I haven't seen this in action. I've never really tried, because most of the stuff I make and use one of the built-in, like I'll save it to the camera roll. If I do it on my phone, I save it to the camera roll, and then I go into the YouTube app and just upload it. I just use the normal upload and pick it from the gallery, say I'm uploading this video, which is why I think most people do it. But I think they're trying to make it easier for people to share directly from the third-party apps, say CapCut or any of those third-party video editing apps, iMovie maybe, and get it straight up to YouTube without saving it and going to YouTube. I still think that the method of exporting your video first and checking it before you upload is a better way to go on mobile or on desktop. So that could be interesting. This one I have seen images in quiz posts. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. They've also rolling out Dream Screen, which is like AI still images in this case for image posts, so you can like create the image right in the YouTube app now. There are some eligibility qualifications on some of these ones. Also related to post, transform the ability to transform text for posts. There was a bit more of an explanation in that, but I do believe that's to do with formatting and maybe reworking what you've put in your post to make it flow better or to format it. I'm trying to remember if it's the formatting part or if it's like an AI sort of, it'll give you like, here, let me word it better for you. I'm really not sure which of the two it is, but I have that information coming up. Brand Connect update. There's an update with Brand Connect that's actually launching fully to all eligible creators now. So that's eligible. So that's going to be country dependent. So if you're in the US and you're in the YouTube partner program, then you should now see a Brand Connect option in your Earn tab. You can optionally sign up for that if you want to start looking and being considered for brand deals. As part of Brand Connect, they're doing an experiment with something called Brand Connect Open Call. We'll talk more about that in a minute. And finally, they talked about, I'm supposed to have that removed off there. It's covering the Creator Insider logo. Captured with camera disclosure. I have some thoughts on this, and I'll be sharing those in a moment with you as well. Okay, so let's hit the first one. I'm not going to do them in quite the same order. This comes from a multi-tab post from Threads, from the social media reporting guru Matt Navarra. I just signed up for his newsletter today too, just so that I can get the skinny on YouTube stuff a little bit quicker than scoping Threads. So yeah, we talked about the longer shorts update. So we've talked about that before, so I'm just going to skip through that. The next thing, revamped video sharing. This is the thing that I haven't been able to check out yet. It says when sharing a video to YouTube from another app, you'll now have direct access to shorts creation tools. So in other words, when you're uploading, it's maybe you made a short in CapCut and you're sending it straight to YouTube using the share feature on your mobile device. It's going to give you, as part of that flow in the process, when it connects in with the YouTube app, it's going to kick you into the correct upload flow to deal with all the things that you need. This allows you to trim the video, add details such as captions, set visibility and location, and enhance your video before publishing. So this is interesting. I'd like to see it in action, so I'm going to have to do some experimenting, because you're going to create something in one of these third-party apps and then attempt to share it to YouTube and then see what happens. There's no information on whether that's an iOS thing or an Android thing, or if that's across the board, but it is definitely a mobile thing. Okay, and at the bottom of that, they've also covered the images on quiz posts. Now, this is rolling out Android first. Now, I've already got it on my Android phone. I have tried to play with it, and I have set up a quiz post to post with images ready to go, and I spent some time on it. But every time I try and post it, I get an error message, and I've updated the app and did different things and rebooted the phone, and it's still happening. So I think that's an issue with YouTube itself. I have been able to post other types of posts from the same device, so it must be an issue with quiz posts or with images and quiz posts, because it would just hang and say, sorry, we can't post your post. But if you have an Android phone, you should, and your app's up to date, you should see that if you go and create a quiz post, you'll get an option to add an image for every option, every answer, or every the ability to add up to 4 potential answers to the multiple choice question, which is the quiz. You can add an image for each, much like the image polls. So it looks very similar to the image polls. Let's see what's happening in the chat here before we continue on with breaking down some of these other news stories. I'm getting hit with a lot of hydrates here. Maybe they're from earlier. Yeah, Dream Screen's pretty neat. Like, I created one today. If you look at my most recent post, there's like a really weird looking YouTube logo. That was created with Dream Screen because I was doing a post talking about this actual feature. So that's interesting. So if you haven't checked that out, look at my channel, look at under posts for the most recent post. Larry's here. Welcome to the stream. It says, I turned on Brain Connect a few weeks ago. Silence. However, YouTube shopping program is working well. Yeah, I reckon you're doing really well. You'll do really well with YouTube shopping, the affiliate program. Get the bag wherever you can, I reckon. Jerry says there isn't a ton of brands in Brand Connect yet. They're still testing, but the team lead told us they're rolling it out wider, making changes in 2025. Yeah, and we've got some of that information coming up, so let's jump. Okay, so now we're looking at some more of the post features. Transform and Dream Screen for posts. YouTube is launching 2 new tools designed to help you improve text input. Yes, that's text input and generate images. First, the Transform tool allows you to rephrase and customize text. So it's actually both. Rephrase, which means they'll suggest, hey, if you write it one way, say, hey, if you can word it better. Maybe it's like a Grammarly. It's obviously run by AI, where they're going to read over what you've written and say, hey, you can word it this way. This is some suggestions. And also to customize the text. So it's like they've been doing with lately where they've talked about doing that with in an easier way with descriptions, where italic, bold, and strike through. I believe that's probably similar types of text customization. And Dream Screen, as I mentioned, just as before we came to the slide. Actually, let me pull it up. Let's what we need is my YouTube app. Hang on, I'm already in the YouTube app. My channel. And let's go to posts. So I did. Let me hold that up. That wonky looking YouTube logo is supposed to be like a YouTube logo sitting on a large TV, but really you don't see the TV. It's just black space and a really sort of wavy sort of YouTube logo. That was created by Dream Screen because I gave it a prompt about a YouTube logo on a large TV. And didn't really give me the large TV. It gave me two options, but that was still the better of the two pictures. So, Dream Screen can be a bit hit and miss with prompts. It's not as cool as some of your other image generation options on, say Grok or ChatGPT or all the specialized image creation AI. So that's interesting. Let's look at the next one. Okay, this is one of the last. Oh no, there's one more. We haven't talked about Brand Connect. Okay, I have some thoughts on this one. Disclosure for camera captured content. A new disclosure system helps creators verify content captured with compatible cameras. A label that says captured with a camera will appear in the description box when a video is filmed using a special technology. Now, I went to the information page that YouTube and Google have put out on this. Nowhere, it's really weird, and they don't tell you what are compatible cameras. But the gist is that if you're using a compatible camera, it puts this metadata on the footage, and when you put it into your video editing software, you have to be using a video editing software that's compatible that will keep that metadata intact all the way through to the exported video. And then as it's uploaded to YouTube, it will then pick up that metadata that's baked into the file itself and produce that particular disclosure. At no time can you pick that disclosure to appear like you do if you're doing like a paid promotion or altered content. This is completely automatic, and they even said in the Creator Insider video that most creators will never see this happen on their videos. So it must be some pretty new high-end or cameras that are like not yet or just coming out on the market. I really don't know. There's no information on the equipment, the software that's compatible or anything. So it's really the word I want to use here is nothing burger. This announcement is like, I don't know if anybody cares. Like I have very little care. Like it's cool. It's a cool thing. But if most creators are never ever going to see it, it sort of indicates that it's very rare, and they're putting in this level of effort already to roll this out, and I don't know why. It's a little weird. It's a little weird in my opinion. Okay, this all right. Well, let's go on to the Brand Connect. Okay, YouTube's self-service platform, Brand Connect, is now available to all eligible creators. Now, eligible creators, from what I understand, is if you have to be in YouTube partner program, but I know it's definitely in the US and a couple of other countries is very limited right now. I believe India has it. I was going to have this open. Actually, I've got the link. Have I got the link? Yes, I do have the link. I had the link exactly for this reason. Okay, let me tell you. Eligibility. Just got to scroll down the page. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Availability. So if you're in one of these countries, you may see that if you're in a YouTube partner program now. USA, United Kingdom, Indonesia, India, and Brazil. So that's it for now for this. Obviously, that's going to roll out to more countries in the future. Those last three are interesting in that it's a different market. I can understand Brazil to a certain extent because Brazil is a very YouTube intense sort of market. There's a lot of viewers. There's Portuguese speaking viewers condensed into one country, Brazil in particular, and so that makes sense that could be a place to test these types of monetization options. India, massive market, of course. Indonesia is similar. They have a very large population in a very small area. So maybe just for volume-wise, these are logical places to start with Brand Connect in maybe more of a second or third world setting rather than like just US, Kingdom, Canada, Europe. So they're the places right now. So if you're outside those places, you won't see it. But you need to be in one of those countries. No active community guideline strikes, which is typical. You need to be following YouTube's monetization policies, including terms of service, community guidelines, and the platform policies. So you're a good YouTube citizen. And that you've agreed to the terms for the Brand Connect module in your Earn tab. So you got to go and basically agree to it as part of the conditions as well. So that's the other thing to look out for in regards to the Earn tab. Now, before we go back, we're going to jump back here for a second. And just to remember, we're on Creator Breakfast Live. Thank you for sticking with us. Let's see if we've got any questions or comments in the chat. Yeah, but the interesting thing about this particular metadata is that they're it's very vague, and that could be because it's new or something. But I don't know if it's metadata that can actually be edited. It would be it's using some sort of technology where it might be encrypted. That's the gist. That's the vibe I get from it because they've given it the name was it C2PA? Yeah, C2PA. So it gives you that sort of, this is like a proprietary sort of Google technology. So the only verified equipment and software is allowed to touch it, basically. So I don't know if it'd be like easily edited with basic software by any person. I really don't know. It sounds like it's going to be a little bit more encrypted or a little bit more, because they have to be able to trust it at the point of when it gets to YouTube for it to be a disclaimer. So yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting one. Nothing burger indeed. Okay, everything else is a conversation. All right. The last part we're going to talk about today, and then, obviously open up Q&A, comments, consideration, is the sneak peek video this week for the inspiration tab. And I've got an overview here. We'll just move Cherry out of there, move that back out of there. Okay, these are sort of the main points that I grabbed out of the video. So if you want to get the full, just go watch on the Creator Insider channel. The sneak peek came out a couple of days ago. It's the future of the inspiration tab. The first thing to note with the future of this inspiration tab is that it isn't where it is now, in the analytics part of your YouTube studio. They're actually going to be moving it to the content tab. So it's going to be like right front-loaded content tab, a place where you can go in and start working on brainstorming ideas for videos. So some of the stuff that's starting to build out over in the existing inspiration tab or the former research tab, they're going to rejig that and move all this over into the content area rather than in the analytics area. It's going to be using AI to generate ideas for videos. So based on your content and your other channels in your niche and other videos that are coming up, it's going to, like a lot of all these other tools that we've already got coming out, like Creative Fuel and 1 of 10 and and vidIQ has stuff that does this, and I'm sure TubeBuddy has something. A bunch of other ones, View Stats, a bunch of other things where they're helping you with like the ideation part of the videos, which I think is one of the most important parts of creating a video. And sometimes we're too quick to jump on and film something without sort of getting an idea of what we're going to do first, or we might have a really basic plan, but we haven't really thought it out perfectly, or whether that's even the best idea for the video. Maybe there's a better idea we can get going on. Select a video. They'll give you some ideas, and you can select the video idea, and then it will take you into what's called a brainstorming playground, where you can workshop this a little bit more. And what you'll end up with is things like ideas for outlines, titles, and even some suggested thumbnails. It'll actually do some thumbnail generation where you can actually get some basic ideas, and you can actually pull those images and use them in your final thumbnail if they, as maybe like the background, and then you can build on top of it. You can actually download those images and use them in the final thumbnail. The old research tab in analytics is going to become what's called the trends tab. We don't know what that's going to look like, but that's something they mentioned. They may leave some of the existing, some of the other existing stuff that isn't to do with ideation, and it more will show you trends that are happening on YouTube as a whole, or in your niche, in particular, maybe what's trending just out of your content. Like this one you put out like 3 years ago is starting to get some traction because there's something going on right now that this is starting to trend a little bit. So you might want to jump on some fresh content on that. And finally, right at the end, but we know it's a sneak peek because it's a sneak peek video, so we know it hasn't rolled out yet. First question I saw upvoted on the comments when I was watching it was, I can't find it in YouTube Studio, but they clearly said that it launches over the next few months. So there's always that. Okay. This is sort of some suggested sort of artwork here that I saw in a message where they're just sort of outlining it. Goes to an article that just rehashes the video itself. But you get an idea. It goes like brainstorming. So then you can put in like hey, I want to make a video about understanding analytics. I want to make a video about the five best fast food restaurants in New York, something like that. And then you can click create ideas, and you get this. You get the AI. It's like your Chat GPT. It's like your Grok. It's like your all those Chat GPT. I say that everybody knows what I'm talking about. So this is something that will be coming out, as we say, in the next few months. So that's interesting. Obviously, it's like in proto form. If you want to get a better idea what some of the imagery looks like, you can go over and watch the full video. Explains it a whole lot better. I'm just touching on the summary part of it. So it's all good. I'm going to jump back. Let's jump back. Oh, that's not the one. All right. All right, we're going to jump back into the chat. Jump back in the chat. Make sure if you've got any questions or whatever, put a Q in front. Where are we? Us, everybody's chatting. Maybe I've talked too much already, so maybe I should open up to you. What do you think about some of the announcements from this week, or if you have any questions or about anything to do with YouTube content creation, make sure to drop it in the chat. And while you're thinking about that, I want to give a shout out to all the channel members. Channel members, I salute you. And big shout out to the Houston, I can't even say it. Houston Max members today. Amazing yacht destinations, Ollie Smith and Home Rapid Repairs, been covered up by the Creative Breakfast logo. And because the list is a little shorter now, this is as of before the stream. A big shout out to iCast Enterprises, Daniel Batal, Chantel Hills, Monique, iPhone Chris, Michael Sahoski, Tammy, who is Rebel Canners in the chat, Greg, and of course Sal at Kelly Plains. Thank you for your ongoing memberships, and I think some of the gifteds have all dropped off. That's why the list is a little shorter. It sort of gets long as we get gifteds, and then obviously we're going to be adding one gifted, which is the one that iPhone Chris picked up before, and that went to Sparky 107. So Sparky's name is going to get added to the list for next week. So yeah, big props to channel members. Thanks for supporting the channel, and don't forget that I think I mentioned in my members post this week that I'm moving some of my older live streams that are sort of like a year old ish over to just members only. They will probably still pick up in some playlists because I do have them in like the master Trader Breakfast playlist and so forth. So I'm moving some of the older ones over there. They'll all eventually sort of trickle over. At one point, I was only keeping like live streams up for like a month and then unlisting them and just having them discovered through playlists. But we want to get more content for the members, and hopefully, certainly where possible, all the videos coming out. We'll get members first run for 12 to 24 hours before it actually goes live for everybody. So that's happening as well. And I've said this before, well overdue for a members live stream. But we do get this one every week. But yeah, the goal and aim is to maybe try and get one once a month. I don't think I've dropped the ball on that a little bit. But we'll see if we can ramp back into that in 2025. But I reckon we could be in for a members festive stream by the end of December. You know what I mean? Like late half of December, a festive members stream. So be on the lookout for that. All right, put all the things up here. Jumping into the chat, let's do it. Indeed, channel members, woot. iCast Enterprises says, love the membership. Absolutely. Yeah, everything's on there. I'm trying to remember what buttons I have on this scene. Okay. Michael has a question about vertical streams. Could you use it while horizontal streaming? Technically you could. Like if you're using a phone, if you're using the YouTube app, for example, when you first go in and set up a live stream, like when you first get in, you get like this setup screen, load. Focus. I don't want to focus today. I'm blocking my face and everything. Anyway. One of the bottom option over here it's on the right there, where my little finger is, it's actually an orientation. So if I click that, it'll say stream, that says stream horizontally, which means it's saying, hey, you should be streaming this way. So you can lock that to horizontal. No. If you lock that to vertical, which says stream vertically, you could then go along and stream this way. But people will have to like also turn their phones if they're watching, or to watch it in the right orientation. But if they're watching on desktop, it's going to look vertical. It's going to look like it's on the side. It's going to look vertical, but it won't auto rotate for desktop. So you could do a vertical stream that's really horizontal, but people have to turn their phones to watch it. And it will look janky for desktop people. For now, the way they currently have it set up, anyway. Using a third-party tool would basically give you the same information. Did I miss this? Australia banned 16 years and younger on social media if a parent lets a kid watch. Okay. Yeah, it's the bill's passed, but it's not law. It's not a thing that they have to start enforcing it. I think it's going to kick in sometime next year, or maybe next month, or I'm not sure what the time frame on that is. I've sort of heard bits and pieces on the news about it, but I haven't kept up with it. I probably need to do it like a little bit of a deeper one. It's to do. It's not about a parent letting a kid. It's more they're putting the onus on the platforms, particularly social platforms like X and Facebook and Snapchat and Instagram and those ones, TikTok. YouTube's in their email to Australian creators said that they were told that they were going to be getting an exemption. So the exemption wouldn't be for YouTube. The issue wouldn't be as much of an issue for YouTubers or for YouTube content. I think that's because YouTube have a dedicated kids app section and everything like that, and they already have like age restrictions stuff in place. I think a lot of people see YouTube as more of an information hub, and rather than just being like mindless social entertainment or mindless social media. But there is some crazy stuff on YouTube still, I'm sure. So yeah, I don't know how when that gets enforced, but I just know it passed Parliament because they were trying to get it through before they close. Before the sitting time closes for Christmas, which I believe it was this week, and that's why it passed rather quickly. So yes, it was approved. I don't know all the ins and outs of it yet, but yeah, I don't think anything's happened to the parents. It's more that it's the onus is on the platforms to age gate their platform better. Stop kids getting on there. I don't know how they're going to do it because the technology isn't out there for it. There's a lot of circumvention on that sort of thing. If there's a will, there's a way. We notice. Like I know my son when he was younger and he's like early, high school, early teens, where he's still a minor. He finds ways to get online and do things behind parents' backs and stuff. And sometimes parents will allow certain things. You can have this amount of time and be negotiating like screen time and different things. So, a parent needs to do their thing, but they're putting some of this responsibility on platforms in regards to this particular social media ban. Yeah. What it's going to look like in the end, I'm really not sure. SMA Sky says, I haven't been a mod on a channel yet, and that has memberships and or has membership only lives. How does that work? Do you have to be a member to moderate? Yeah, that's a good question. I think we looked at that. I think unless you are like a member, you can't moderate a members only live stream because you can't see it to get to it. You know what I mean? So it's a little bit of a flaw. And right now, one of the suggestions that Chantel and myself have given to Renee Ritchie, the creator liaison, because he has actually directly asked us for moderation features that we want for YouTube live streams and different things like that. So we've given him thoughts. One of them is that we want to be able to give moderators, gift them a membership so they don't have to go and pay for one because they're already doing this work for you on your channel. We want to be able to gift them memberships so that they can come and do things on members only live streams, but just mainly so they can have access to everything else that members have, because they're earning it by giving their time. So, right now YouTube's expecting to give their money and their time. So we would like the ability to choose to give them to moderators, which I think is a good idea. Okay. Yeah, I need to read up. ABC, there's a bit of a primer there from the good old ABC, Australian Broadcasting. What's that? Commission? Australian Broadcasting Commission. The C eluded me. Okay. Yeah. So hopefully it's something that they implement. Like, who remembers last Christmas, nearly a year ago, in this time just before Christmas, I think it was probably around early December, YouTube rolled out the ability for streamers to gift, I think it was 10 memberships a month. They could just drop them and then but they would get allocated the same way as all the other gifted memberships. But there was a proviso: you had to have Us Corporation. They're a corporation, even though they're funded by the government. Okay, good good old fancy. Yeah, but you couldn't use it if you had a brand account. But most YouTubers who stream are probably using a brand account, so I have never seen it in the wild. Excuse me. I just muted myself for a second. So yeah. So I'm assuming that's still a thing, but I'm assuming it's very rarely used because of that brand account stipulation. Like, brand accounts have been the thorn in the side of the whole gifted memberships thing for quite a while. Yeah, exactly. I've never seen it happen, and I've been on channels. that where people are dropping 50 gifted memberships at a time. So there'll be a 50 and another 50 and a 20 and a 10 and a 5 and another 50. And you could end up with, like, in one 3, 4, 5 hour live stream, literally hundreds of gifted memberships given out, just because people are dropping the gifted memberships. But I've never seen that the rollout where the channel member can actually just drop them. And that's the 30-minute warning. 30-minute warning. I got 30-minute warning before Chantel dropped it on me. Unless it's in the chat and I missed it. On the channels I mod on, I just got fan funding, but he doesn't have memberships yet. Another channel I mod, I think, has memberships but hasn't done members only yet. Yeah, definitely. It's one of those things. For when it comes to mods, it should be. I think it should be automatic that at least from the live streaming perspective, that mods should be able to get in. Maybe they've changed that. Maybe they can. I haven't been able to test that. Because usually the channels that I mod for, A, maybe they don't do membership streams, or B, I'm already a member anyway, so I can't test it because I'm a member. So it's all good. Lee says I'm going to get some lunch. See you on next great stream. We'll see you there. Keep it running on my PC till you end. Oh, awesome. Hashtag last call. That's right. Well, that's not a hashtag. That's an exclamation mark last call. That's for the thing that pops up here. I haven't called it yet. Everyone's dropping the last calls early. Okay. You insist we shall drop the last call.
It's the last call.
I think I timed that well. Last call, which means this is the last section, last chance for anybody to drop a question, make a comment, anything you want to say before we wrap things up. But keep in mind that coming up at 9 a.m. Eastern, in about 25 minutes' time, Nick Nimmin will be live. Dee will be there, I'm sure. It's Nimmin Live, place where you can ask your YouTube questions and get them answered by one of the best in the business. His name is Nick Nimmin, and his brother from the same mother, Dee. Should be fun. It's fun every Saturday. I'll be there. Chantel will be there. A bunch of you will be there. And as a bonus, you can just stick around in the chat. Once I'm done, you'll automatically roll over. It's seamless, just about seamless. Right, so yeah, we've got a few minutes to shoot the breeze. So if you've got anything you'd like to say, make sure to drop it in the chat. Last call can go for 30 minutes as before.
Someone just bought Doug a coffee.
Larry has just bought 5 coffees and says coffee time. I don't have the coffee time jingle, but I can drop. Which one can I drop? Oh, it's the same one. It's automatically triggered.
Doug a coffee.
It's automatically triggered, but I also have the trigger on my Rodecaster, so so much appreciated. Thank you for the 5 coffees. I feel like right after this, I'm definitely going to be using one of those coffees because I am needing to brace for the next 3 hours or so after that with Nick and Dee doing their thing, and should be fun. Everybody enjoy. Greg Hoovers is here. One of the great mods for Cali Plains is here. Good to see you. I'm getting to the point where I probably need to start streaming with my glasses. Everything's looking a little soft. A little soft today. S-Man Sky says he's out walking the pub. Y'all with us. 50 degrees Fahrenheit. That's Corner map is colder. But it's reasonably cool. At least it's not down closer to freezing. What's freezing? What 32 Fahrenheit? 34 Fahrenheit? Somewhere around there. I'm a bit rusty on my conversions. I know freezing is 0 degrees Celsius. That's the easy one. Boiling point is 100. So, this metric system works really well for me. I can think in that manner. And that 0 is freezing, 100 is boiling. So if it's hotter than 100, you're in trouble. If you get to halfway to that 100, you're in trouble. 50 degrees Celsius is pretty hot. It's pretty hot. You don't want to be in that for too long. Okay. Greg says, you're talking about gifted memberships. How is that regular viewers chatters never receive a gifted membership? Yeah, that's a... well, they do. The way YouTube does it is... And the light is now yellow for that coffee. Thank you, Larry. And my Alexa alerted me as well. So I've got alerts all around for buy me a coffee, I tell you. But getting back to gifted memberships, YouTube doesn't specifically tell you how they work out who gets it first, but it is to do with engagement. So I don't know if chatting a lot is obviously going to be a factor. Dropping a like is engagement. If they're dropping maybe a super chat and they're not a member already, maybe they get considered. Maybe that boosts them up the leaderboard to get a gifted membership. I'm not I got a gifted membership from one of the plane spotting channels earlier this evening, in plain sight, which is based in Adelaide here in Australia. And I hardly ever watch their live streams. They're a smaller channel, but they certainly have regular people in there, and that people are dropping gifted memberships. And I received one earlier tonight. So it happens. But why some people don't get picked at all is usually because they haven't opted in. And the opting in is a little bit convoluted. I think YouTube have somewhat made it easier, but I think the easiest way to go about it is, let's see if I can do a quick demo. It doesn't take too long. We'll do desktop first. There's my screen cap page. Okay, screen cap is here. Let me get that off the screen so you can see my face. I'll remove the last call. Remove the creator live. There we go. We've got a clean screen now. Okay, we just got to pick someone that might have memberships that I'm not a member of. So let's say Linus. I'm sure Linus has memberships. Yep. And I'm just gonna. And so if you click, if they're not a channel member already, there'll be a join button. So if they click the join button,
to our channel membership program,
and I've got something sitting over top of that, so I'm just going to move it.
Doesn't Flowplane, that platform that your team
Oh, I can pause it. There we go. I think if you got the 3-dot menu, the more rapid. No, it should be in here. There should be an opting in. It may only be available while they're live. That's the other thing. That doesn't help me at all. Because who's live right now apart from me? Oh, there's Roberto's Zenbuster Music have channel memberships. It probably doesn't have channel memberships. I need to find that. He doesn't have channel memberships on that one. Let's try this channel. This is Brioni. She's actually in the Illuminati community. Let's have a look. I'm gonna have to not play any music. So pause it straight away. There's a join. Let's try a join on a live stream this time. See if that works. But I think need to pause that. No, it's not up there either. More about perks. Nope. Okay. Okay, so that's only if you want to join. I think the other option is what you can do is if there's like a membership that's been gifted up the top, you can click on it up in the top section here. They usually, you know how they pin at the top for a little bit and then disappear? Nothing like that's happening on this channel right now, so that's not helpful. Yeah, it's good to have a demo, isn't it? There's another way. When you're offline and they have channel memberships, oh yeah, because you can join a channel from a regular video. So let's say Andrew can. No, I'm a member of his already. That's not helpful. Well, yeah, it could be helpful. If you're already a member, you might be able to see. If you go see perks and then hit the cog, it should be an option in here. But because I'm already a member of Andrew's, I'm not going to see it. So we really need to find a channel that I'm not a member of already. Brian G doesn't have memberships. Let's see Michael. Michael, Business Growth Ready, a regular here. Let's have a look. He doesn't have memberships. Okay. Does Cleo Abram have memberships? No. And even if Chantel doesn't have it on her channel yet. Probably not in comments over coffee. That's only 119 subscribers. Oh, he doesn't have any videos on there. Nick, why is it? That's one of his podcasts. He doesn't even have content. Okay. There's Creator Beats. No, Creator Beats is like a prototype of Creator Mix. I'm getting them confused. See, it's a similar logo. There's no join on there either. It's got 15k subscribers, but no channel memberships. All right. Dale Roberts has got to have memberships. Yeah, here we go. Dale Roberts. It's going to give me the same thing. It's not going to give me any way to opt into gifted memberships. Yeah. You can see this actually explains the problem with gifted memberships is it's difficult for people to opt in. That it's easier while the stream's live, but if the stream's not live, it's really hard to get in and make changes. So you have to do it while the stream's live. It's really, really strange. So yeah, I'm running into brick walls on that. I need to be like live or something. I don't need to be live. I'm already live. So let's go back. Put everything back on the screen. So yeah, in terms of gifted memberships, you see inherently it is difficult. It's a little easier when the stream's live for people to opt in. They can click. Sometimes they can click in the chat on one of the actual gifteds that are still floating around at the top. Sometimes that'll give you like a little option to opt in. If not, I think they can go to the join tab whilst live and it might work. Where what I was trying to do. Yeah, it's difficult. And I have done a tutorial on it before on a mobile, how to change levels if you're already a member on a mobile. But I haven't, like, it's hard to replicate and demonstrate. And there are some instructions, and sometimes maybe we need to Google YouTube's instructions and pull it up and work through it. But let's That's a loud one.
Thank you for gifting the memberships.
Okay, we've got Chantel dropping one gifted membership. Now I need to look at the chat to see who that went to. And a big welcome to Strategy 101, who I don't know if has ever been on a live stream, but definitely obviously interactive with my channel, other content. So that they've got gifted that. Greg also.
Thank you for gifting the memberships.
And that went to Beyond Authentic. There's gifted channel membership from Greg. Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Chantel, for dropping the gifted memberships. And to those who receive them, congratulations. All right. Did I miss anything before those? It's 32. Yeah, I think I said 32 first. 212 balling. Yes. 32. Little Crafty Nook, welcome to the stream. I forgot to shout you out before. Is anyone decorating for Christmas yet? Always set a Christmas table just for decoration. That's cool. Yeah, no, we haven't started yet, but it's probably something like, I think traditionally we don't start until 1st of December, which is tomorrow. And in my case, that's literally 13 minutes away, which also means it's Nick Nimmon's 13 minutes away. So we're going to speed run through the chat here and wrap things up because I got to make a coffee. Let's see. I get gifted memberships from channels I've only visited a couple of times. Yeah, which is a good example, like the one I got tonight from In Plain Sight. I don't go to. I tune in to their streams occasionally, watch for a little bit, and then tune out. I don't go there that often. Not like some of the other channels, like when I drop in on Sal, I usually hang around and watch for a lot longer. Some of the other channels like Only Planes Network and AVL and whatnot. Sometimes I like to catch Walt at DFW. What's it? Runway DFW. Yes, and there's a bunch of others that I watch. So they all come through. YouTube's video and gifted memberships. Yeah, sometimes their videos don't help. I find you got to go. I got to dig into the documentation. There better be some documentation for me. That's all I can say. All right. Can't find the steps on mobile used to be in the super chat era. Yeah, it's clicking on something in the chat to open up something that where you can go allow gifted memberships, and that's like all you got to click. Yes, congrats to the new members. Chatty Cathy's here. Welcome. They changed it so you don't have to opt in anymore. Oh, that's why I can't find it. Once you've done it once, now you don't have to do it anymore. So it's like opt in globally. It's like opt in once. I'm opted in everywhere for every channel. I remember you used to have to always opt in, but now I don't have to anymore. So I'm automatically opted now. That's good to know. That's good to know. Oh, I missed the milestone. Ah.
Thank you for becoming.
That one. I hit the wrong. Oh, no, I hit the wrong button.
Thank you for
Bricks.
your membership milestone message.
And the membership milestone message says, "Nice one, Chantel." And then it's for Greg, who has been a member for 7 months. Wow, it's been that long. Been that long since pretty much was right before that was when you tuned into the stream that myself and Chantel were doing, and you talked about the issue that Sal was having over on Cali Plains, and you've been a channel member ever since, and so Sal for that matter. So it's good, and it's always good. I always loved dropping in, particularly on the Sunday stream where it's streaming from San Francisco. That's the one I usually catch the most. Always good, always good. Okay. Oh, yeah. I'll check that out on Facebook once I get off the stream. Something I can look at while I'm waiting for the kettle. Time flies, indeed. Absolutely. I was here long before that, by the way. Oh, maybe it was. Maybe I got my timeline wrong as to what happened when. No, but it's appreciated. Appreciate you, Greg. Yes, you are right. It's coming back to me now. It's coming back. All right, I want to thank everyone for joining me. I'm just letting time get away from me today. I think that's just my vibe today. So let's wrap things up here. I want to appreciate the mods, appreciate all the channel members, and welcome to the new channel members due to those gifted memberships. Appreciate you all. We'll talk to you next week. Remember, Nick's coming up, so stick around in the chat. Chantel will be streaming Monday, Sunday night, tomorrow night. I'll get my brain in gear, and I'll be back next week. And I'll catch you later.